We spoke last week as well about how when people moved to Northern Ireland first, it was very difficult to get things like the textiles for the clothes and some of the ingredients for food. Is there anything now that when you go back to India that you just have to get to bring back home because you just can't get it here anymore, or here at all?
Well, there is few things. ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਜਾਈ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਤੇ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦੀਆਂ?
The most ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ herbals ਨੇ some herbals not you can't buy here.
Some herbs.
But majority of them now,
majority of the stuff you can't get.
At least you can get it in England.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't. It's not.
Especially like South Hall, you know,
Yeah.
places like that, and Birmingham, you'll be able to get near enough everything, you know.
Yeah, you can
but
get
there is a few things that are difficult to you know, that you can't get.
In 1970s, no shops here. Grocery shops, no here.
There was none.
Everything is buy from England.
You had to come to England to get anything.
It must have been difficult for your parents then, did you say, whenever they
Yeah,
first came here?
it was very difficult for them.
Did they ever describe that to you?
Yeah, they would say to you that, you know, so it was very hard them days, you know, because, you know, there wasn't that many Indian people here, and it was a really new thing to people, you know, but when they came here, they worked hard, and they did find a lot of, you know, difficulties as well with things, you know.
Not too many facilities, you know, all times. So.
Okay, do you want to talk about your photographs then?
Yes, we have to
You
talk
can
about
do
your... Yes.
You can hold them up so we can have a wee look.
Yes.
What is
Can we photo of them?
Her family came from
Around the
the
family, you know.
very early days.
As she was
If you want to help,
Yeah, ਤੁਸੀਂ
Yeah.
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੋ ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ explain ਕਰ ਦਿਓ.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
my husband.
That's your
That's
husband?
That's her husband, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice gentleman he was.
That's him.
Very, very nice man.
Oh, that's
wow.
wow.
My goodness.
1931.
Wow.
That's a
with
very
Gandhi.
early. That's a very early photo.
Wow, yes.
That's with
Isn't
Gandhi, isn't it?
That's with Mr. Gandhi.
My
Oh,
goodness.
is it on the ship?
Yes.
Is it in the ship?
That's on the ship.
So who's in the
there's
photo?
board.
Boat.
Board,
Then
no?
they see
On
that
the
the wooden
At
floor.
the top they बैठे सी ना.
On top deck.
Yeah.
They are board.
Oh, that's like a deck.
Yeah,
Deck.
on the top deck.
As Gandhi, as my father-in-law, as
Sure, your father-in-law.
his uncle, and this is uncle, this is cousin. That's my father-in-law's name, Bahadur Singh, Lakha Singh, and there's Mehal Singh, Vasakhi Singh.
Sakhi Singh.
They're all from Doncaster.
Oh, right. So they're from
And
Donegal.
they're all sitting on the floor.
Sitting on the floor, yeah.
Yeah.
And where are they going?
India.
Oh, they're going back to India.
Back to India.
Acha, going back to India from
From England.
England.
Yeah, right,
Very
okay.
good.
That's
very,
a
very good.
Very nice.
It's a very nice photo.
Beautiful.
And were they travelling with Gandhi, or did they
It
just
just
meet
happened
him?
to be. It
Just met.
happened to be
Ah.
on the same ship, the same journey. Yeah.
And what did they say he was like?
Can they get this and
I don't know that time. I didn't know this.
This is before the Indian independence as well.
Yes,
Was it?
1957.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is before the
1957, yeah.
independence even. So, you know, they just got along very well.
It was 1947.
No, the independent was not.
Independent.
This photo seems to be before that.
Before. See, my father
It's a very old
came in
photo.
England
Very old.
1929.
Uh-huh. That's a long time. 1929.
1929.
That's lovely to know.
Yeah.
1929.
He didn't come with the soldier, did he? No.
I don't know the story.
Because most of that time,
World
World War One, a lot of Indians came with the British.
Yeah.
You know, they ended up in France.
That's right.
Majority of them ended up in France, and they did they fought a lot of battle in the World War One and World War Two. There was at least 83 to 84,000 Sikhs died during the World War.
In India.
Yes, I'm the only one out of the whole, up to my mother's side, my mother's parents and my father's parents, the whole side, I'm the only one who was born in India. They went for a holiday, and that time there was no airplanes. They came by ship.
Yeah.
That's right.
They came by
And my dad told me it would take
a month.
28 days
That's
to come
right.
here. 28
It
days.
was
My
said-
dad told me that long time when
Your
I was
dad?
this age,
Yes.
and he says to me, son, when we first came here from
Came
India,
by sea.
they came by sea. When they came here, they loved it, and they came first themselves. They were married, but they never brought their wives. They just came to visit and to see the place, and they liked it that much. They fell in love with the place, and then they started doing business here and working, and then they would go away for a few months back to India to their, wives and family, and they would stay there, and then they miss it. They missed over again here, so they would come again. So they did this maybe 5, 6, 7 times. And then eventually they said to themselves, why don't we just settle down here? And then they slowly started to, bring their families over as well. So that's just how the, migration started, and it kind
Because it's such a
went
big
on
trip to go over and
so
back.
there's so much of a
28
trip.
days.
It took 28 days by sea to get to India, or from India.
And I'm sure
to
very
here.
expensive as well every time you go
At
over.
that time it was quite expensive as well, because wages were all small and everything was so different then, But they worked hard, persevered, and they liked England, and they liked here, and they just moved for a different lifestyle, That's right.
And is there meanings behind the surnames?
No.
No, you see it's not really, but in like Landa and like ours would be Bakar, different. I think it was more cause recognition, very quick to the person, Say like if you say,
like
like a recognition,
Where
Islam Amiji Kista पछानिया जाता सी बंदा भी ए लांदा वे ए बाकर ए ने है ना
just from Brennan family, Stewart family, Aslan karke
different. The like way
where they come from.
In Scotland there was the McDonald clan.
Where they come
Do you know what I
from.
mean? The clan system. There's McDonald clan. There's
of
the Stewart clan. Well, this is the way
roughly.
in our religious ones were that. Well, this is the Landa family. Well, he's from the Packer family. There's so many different.
And would you know
you
what
say.
part of India people are from by the surnames?
Not
around
really,
the world.
no.
Sorry.
It's just to know what they're from and their identity. You kind of can go back and say, well, they're from that, they're from India, they're from there. It's just a kind of a identity thing as well,
It sounds like you say the
Exactly.
Mugras are from definitely from
like Richard.
Southern Ireland.
like Christian.
And when you hear the name, you can identify them from which part of country they've come from.
And what about all the dialects then, whenever you moved here first? Was it difficult to understand other Indian people? Did
They have
dialects?
accent, but because our culture, Indian language has got a lot of branches again. There's Hindi, there's Urdu, there's Punjabi, there's Marathi, there's Gujarati. There's a lot of language, but you can understand them.
Yeah.
Indirectly.
They kind of a twang.
All majority
They
of the words
they
are
mix with each
how
other.
they pronounce, but because it's commonly done, practiced in all of India and Africa as well, it was not a big problem,
And basically the sounds and the names are very, very similar, like Mama, Papa, that, is very, very close, and a lot of the face and all can recognize this, I was talking to an Ethiopian person, and he was saying Mama, and I looked at him and he says, yeah, we use this language as well. Can we speak similar language to yourselves?
That's right, yeah. And
because I says to him, man, what is this? Can they not?
Yeah.
Man, how you? Can we say it as well? No.
Yeah, you see, they
He
might
said the
say
same.
in a
What was
different
wrong?
accent.
Very good. He,
But
very.
if you listen to them carefully, you will be able to understand.
You would understand. And their ancestors from India as well. They're long, comes from a lot of history comes from India and all over the subcontinent, But
And what about yourself, Ricky? Do you just speak English or do you speak any other?
English, Indian, like Hindi.
And do you speak
With my granny,
With
or
your
my
granny?
mom.
Yeah.
when I'm at college or school or something, talk to my friends and speak English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And that's
great
enough
that
to
you
take
speak
it
so
down
many
on birthday.
languages.
16 the year.
It was just
We
natural
speak-
for us to speak the
yes.
languages.
To
Even
the
we
Sari
carried that to
technical.
Africa.
Yeah.
Same thing happened there. It never took it. In fact, we had a more advantage in Africa. Not only the Indian language, we also spoke the African language. On top of that,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, so we can speak fluently African. I can speak fluently two African languages, no problem. Swahili and you know, and we had that further advantage on top of that. And everybody got along with each other, spoke the language, and you just mingled with them and.
And did you speak English before you
Yes,
came?
because it was a British colony.
Yeah.
It was grammar. We spoke Queen's English, grammar English, you know. And then when we came here, we had a problem because the dialogues here were different to what we used to speak. So we actually had a problem understanding the native English people here,
Yeah.
you know, because we spoke proper grammar English,
Yeah.
which was
RP.
yeah.
And so much has progressed now that the people here are understanding us much better now. And before they would say Pakistani, but they didn't know what religious belief we were or what our caste was, but they would just say Pakistani, they're Pakistanis. But now they would say, oh, yous are Sikhs
Yeah.
and yous are Hindus, because now they've got to know
More learning.
and they're which is very, very good for us as well, because we can identify. Because a lady came to me, and she says, "Are you a Sikh?" And I says, "How did you know that?" She says, "You're wearing a bangle." And she's pointed it, and I said, "That's right." She says, "All Sikhs wear bangles." I know that. I read that. Which is very nice to know. It's nice to know that your identity, as the Guru said, always stays with you. I mean, the identity is good. You see, this was one of our, main things the Guru said, was that have your identity.
Yeah.
If your identity is there, your everything is there intact.
That's a very interesting point, actually. And do you feel that you have an identity that's from Northern Ireland and India,
Yeah.
both together?
My heart's down here, my blood's down in India.
Yeah.
Outside,
Have you been to India?
loads of times. My granddad used to take me right over.
Do you like it there then?
It's alright, really wonderful. Too much for me.
You're used to here.
I remember going down once, I was like, so I just used to lie in bed. It's like, I couldn't even get up, and my granny says, you should have stayed for a few weeks or something. My granny went there for like 3 months. It was 3 months or something. Yeah, it was 3 months. I couldn't stand it.
Too hot.
My granddad just, like suntan.
Yeah, it's
just
so
like,
peak
used
there.
to lie there. But the best thing is nighttime. I love the nighttime, like stars now. When you see the stars, like bright.
Really bright.
It was nice at night.
And what's your favourite thing then in India? Do you think food or like
It's
culture?
not food. I felt sick on food.
He got sick.